Hello, and welcome back to Dancing Through Business, the podcast where we explore how people weave movement, mindset, and health into the way we work. I'm Julie, and I spend my days running a recruitment business.
And I'm Kiri, and I run my own wedding and hen dance business. Julie and I met studying dance and business over 20 years ago, and we love chatting about the beautiful, messy ways people build their careers.
Today is about the working audition, the apprenticeship. We're looking ahead to the Apprentice Festival in July, but more importantly, we're looking at what it takes to learn on your feet.
So we have the perfect guest for that, the brilliant Eva. She's currently a pharmacy technician apprentice. She balances study, family, work, and her own well-being. Welcome to the podcast, Eva.
Oh, hello. Hi. Thanks so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here and share a little bit of my apprenticeship journey with you guys.
Brilliant. Yeah, it's lovely to have you. So let's start at the beginning. What led you to the world of pharmacy?
So, as any, youngster, it's hard to decide what you want to do because for me, I really wanted to do so many things, but only one always stood out, and it was healthcare. I knew I wanted to be in healthcare one way or another. And one time when I visited my cousin, she works in pharmacy, she's helped this lady who was quite poorly and she was looking for help. And she knew exactly how to help her, what to give her, and just the satisfaction on her face was everything. And I thought, maybe I can do that, just help people, when they need it the most, when they are ill. And she actually inspired me to follow the pharmacy route.
It's really lovely for you to share that, Eva. It's really lovely story. It's really hard actually to choose what you want to do when you're younger, isn't it? Because Jules and I, we had different interests as well, didn't we, Jules? We did dance and business at uni because we couldn't decide what to do, and it is really hard.
Options open.
Yeah, as a young person, I
Yeah.
think it's even harder now as well, isn't it?
More choices.
Yeah. So it's doing something that you love, doing something where you're helping people as well, which is a really, really lovely career to choose. And with the apprenticeship, sorry, not the actual apprentice. That's on tonight though. I'm going to watch that tonight on the telly. The Apprentice, love it. Do 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 do.
Is that
anyway? With an apprenticeship, it's more hands-on, isn't it? So, although with our degree, Jules, we did do practical, obviously, because we did dance, didn't we? But then we did lots of textbook classroom work. But with an apprenticeship, you're going to be learning on the job. So do you prefer that, Eva, learning on the job rather than in the classroom?
Yeah, I do actually, because I feel like I describe myself like as a kinesthetic learner, and I learn through doing rather than just, reading about it. When you practice the real life scenarios, that's one of my favorites. We do that quite a lot. I love a role play. I like to put people on the spot. I love to play the patient. Yeah, and you interact with people. That's what I love about the apprenticeship. You also acquire practical skills. You develop critical thinking and quite an attention to detail, which in this job it's a must, because you have to be able to spot errors. You have to be 100% accurate in what you do. And yeah, you encounter real life scenarios and you have to take decisions that, of course, benefit the patient, because the ultimate goal is helping people when they need it the most. You also have a mentor as a guide. They guide you through your whole apprenticeship. And to be honest, that is a game changer. And that was another reason that I chose to go through with this route. Because you are not alone, you have a whole network. They help you and support you, and starting from your line manager, mine is a godsend. I absolutely love her. She's so supportive, and yeah, I couldn't do it without her. And also you have your peers. They go through exactly the same things as you and through the same struggles. And you might as well just, help each other if you go through the same journey.
Yeah, I'm a big advocate for apprenticeships. So I run a recruitment company. So I recruit accountants, not clinicians or people in the pharmacy
Yeah.
industry. But certainly, like what I notice when graduates come from like accounting and finance graduates and they come into the workplace, it's really hard to understand actually what they're going to be doing day to day. So yeah, I definitely notice when candidates go through an apprenticeship route, they're ready for work because they've already been doing the job, trained. The disadvantage is you're not paid as well. But the advantages are that once you do finish that training course, that you're ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so the day to day, Julie did mention that. Let's think about what happens in the day to day. I just think of a pharmacist in boots, and they've got a white coat on, and they're just dishing out medication. Is that what you do, or is there something different that you do in your day to day, Eva? Tell us more about how it all works.
So there are different setups. You can be working in community pharmacy, which, as you said, boots the high street pharmacy. You've got GP surgeries, but I am hospital based. I work for University Hospitals of Dorset. And I do talk to patients on wards. I speak to them about their medication, and what I call it, it's like a detective work, because you look at drug history. So you look at what patients have previously been taking before they come in the hospital, and then you see what other treatments they've been receiving throughout that time, and yeah, you get to talk to them and ask them how they take their medication. Is there any help that they need with it? And we just help them, to make the most out of their treatments. And if they need any help, we are there for them, because we want them to have the best outcome from the treatments that they receive. And then we write it all up, all our findings, all the detective work, for doctors to look at the notes and, compare with what they have, and everything has to be accurate. We also look for any prescribing errors that could happen. So yeah, that's what practically that's what I do.
It's interesting and really varied, isn't it? And it's remembering to take all this medication as well. I remember my friend Alex, I think she sent it as a joke in the post. She sent me this Monday to Sunday pill thing. She
Yeah.
said, Kiri, you need to remember to take your vitamins. I was like, I don't need a pill organizer at the age of however old I was, 38 or something. But
Yeah,
do they
we call
have
it
to your
dosage
patient?
boxes.
Oh, yeah. Do they all have those, do they, to remember when to take their medication? Because it would get confusing, wouldn't it, otherwise?
Yeah, they are very useful for elderly patients. Yeah, definitely. And we
Yeah,
see them a lot.
not for my age,
No.
for vitamin D. So what surprised you, Eva, with the real world in the real day-to-day job of pharmacy compared to when you're studying the textbook and because you've still got to do the study side of it as well, haven't you? The academic side of it.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great question, Kiri. Well, what surprised me the most in the real world of pharmacy, especially when I started going towards speaking to patients, was how some patients cannot manage the medications on their own. And it was really striking me, because there was one of the issues where their condition worsened because of that reason. They just couldn't manage it, whether that was it was by their choice, they wouldn't want to take it at that time, or they choose not to take it, or it was involuntarily, we call it. But yeah, that was the biggest surprise for me. And that's our role. This is where we come in and help them. We help them understand where they need more help, whether we need to do any changes. We have techniques and practical advice, and we just try to make it work around the patients. We have to adapt, just so they can benefit. And the main thing that I noticed is we need to listen. you have to like be open and just listen to what they say, because that's when you actually realize, oh, this is why, you know, they don't take their medication correctly. And you just find out things by communicating with them. And after that, you show empathy and you just foster trust between you and the patient.
So what I noticed is at the beginning you spoke about your family member really inspiring you to get involved, and the change that they made in people's lives. Can you give us an example of maybe some of the lives that you've changed, or something that you've noticed in some of the patients you have helped?
When I used to work in Boots, I had someone who had some burns, like quite bad burns, and came to see us because no one could see them, and they were advised to go to pharmacy. And I remember finding this product, which would also be like a numbing cream, and in the same time would like keep the burns hydrated, like, you know. And I remember giving this cream, and then alongside some painkillers, and a few days later the same patient came for some more cream because they were just so happy with it, and they said they had before burns and never knew about this product, and they were just they said, yeah, best thing I've bought. And she was just so happy and so grateful. So that's what I can think now. But in the hospital, yeah, we have so many instances. It's just like I can't remember any now.
Well, I think that's what makes a pharmacy technician like you so amazing, Eva, because you're personable and warm, and you can communicate with people to help them find ways of remembering the medication. Because if it's just about the clinical side of it and the scientific side and the numbers and, you know, the admin, then that's not going to be helping people. And you're in your profession because you want to be helping people as well. So that's what makes you so good at what you do. So it's amazing. So thank you for all the work that you do in these wonderful hospitals.
Our podcast is Dancing Through Business because we believe creativity is everywhere. People think that pharmacy is just formulas and labels, but where do you find the creativity in your job?
Yeah, so in my job, there's always issues and problems arise on a daily basis, and you have to be able to solve these problems all the time. For example, you've got many pharmacies that have stock issues, and even in the hospital that is a major problem. So how do we get that? How do we get the important, you know, medication to the patient? How do we source this? And we try all avenues to source this. It can be either from another hospital or from another supplier. We just find a solution, and whether it be today or tomorrow, we get it for them. I've never seen a patient that we couldn't get, you know, a medication for. Another thing that it just popped in my mind, an example of when I spoke to a patient. She was nonverbal, and I had to ask her some question. And my first question, she brought out a whiteboard, and she started writing on it. And then I was thinking, how am I gonna like ask her the question? So I just start writing on the board, and yeah, she then wrote back, and that's the way we communicated. You know, you just have to adapt so quickly. It just depends on you don't even have to be ready. You just have to, like, you know, read the room, or read the situation. And sometimes this absolutely can be challenging, especially in pharmacy, because we have a lot of frustrated and angry patients. But they might just be just confused, or actually, you know, they could be in pain.
Yeah, they're real live people in real situations. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's why the apprenticeship's so good, because you're genuinely learning on the job and
Yeah,
having to
so
use your creative skills to resolve issues.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, and yeah, in this kind of situation, we just need to keep calm and try to diffuse any kind of anger, and just understand the patient that they need that kind of understanding about their situation, and it always diffuses any you know bad vibes.
So juggling family, job, your qualifications, your heavy workload, how do you keep your energy up?
Yeah, I eat a healthy whole foods diet. I eliminated most of the processed food from my diet. I keep hydrated. I take my water bottle everywhere, as we all do. And from the moment I wake up, I just drink the water. And
You're so
then,
good. I just drink coffee all day.
yeah, well, I do drink coffee as well, to be honest.
But
I
Eva's
go
right, it is
fairly
the
early
best thing to drink first.
Yeah.
Water, yeah,
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Try and have a glass of water before your coffee, Kiri.
Yeah, I do on gym days because I go straight to the gym and have water. But if I'm, at home and I don't do the gym, I have coffee first. I'll try and drink water first from now on.
Great.
Please do. Better for you.
I also fast actually in the morning. I fast and I just drink the water. It really gives me so much energy. And then in the evening, I try to go fairly early to bed. I would say like 10:30. And I listen to ASMR videos just to relax. And
What's an
do a bit of
ASMR
meditation.
video?
It's like sounds, depends what kind of sounds, like whispering sounds, or rain sound, or tapping sounds.
Really?
Ooh,
And
yeah.
you watch it as well, or you just listen?
No, I just listen to it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I listen to it. And I do some breathing techniques. So when you breathe, quick stress reliever breathing techniques, I really like to do those, especially with my son. We just hug and just breathe together. And yeah, it really
Wow.
works. It's
What a skill to learn at a young age.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
nice
I
to bring
love it.
Noah into it all and help him with those techniques as well, Eva. That's really good. Amazing. In the evening, in the summer, we'll have to go down the beach and listen to the waves.
Yeah, yeah, I
That'd
love
be
it.
nice. We'll do that in the summer evenings. That's amazing. So you've got some really good health and well-being, nice health and well-being routine. When you said you go to bed quite early at 10:30, I was thinking, oh, that's actually quite late for me. Like I try to go to bed at 10, and I think that's
Nice.
like late-ish, or well, it's sort of average, isn't it? But it's interesting how different people go to bed at different times, isn't it?
Yeah.
I suppose it depends what time you get up in the morning. Often I get up quite early. So I have to go to bed nice and early. I'm going to drink water. Oh, you mentioned about fasting, which I found interesting because for women, well, we're supposed to not do it as much as men. Is that right? Am I wrong by saying that? I think we're not supposed to go for as long fasting as men anyway. But I try and
active. If you are active, yeah.
if you're active, okay.
If you are not active and you have a desk, a job at a desk, then yeah,
Go a
you
bit
can
longer.
fast. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. I try and just in the evenings, like not snack as much. And I call that fasting, but Ben laughs at me when I call that fasting. He goes, no, that doesn't count.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, a lot of the research that I'm coming across now is that we should work with our circadian rhythm, which means that we should eat when it's light and not eat when it's dark.
Interesting. But even if you did 7 till 7, they say that's still quite good, don't
Yeah,
they?
that's considered a fasting. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant by the evening. I stop at 7. Yeah. Yeah, so we talked a bit about health and well-being. Obviously, Julie and I love a bit of dancing, as you know. That's our way to release some stress. And but you love a sport. Ever tell us about your favourite activity or movement that you like doing?
I love running, as you know, but I absolutely love tennis.
Yes.
It's so much fun. You get to run, jump, and hit a ball. I mean, that's your stress reliever right there, you know. Yeah, it's fun. You forget about everything. But also you have to focus. You have to focus on the ball and follow it through. And yeah, this is the way I reset. Another aspect of tennis that I like is that you socialize. You have to share this game with a partner. So yeah, if you are shy and you don't know how to socialize, you go find a tennis club, and there you go. You suddenly have a social life.
It's perfect. And you mentioned about running and jumping, because actually Julie and I did a women's health podcast recently. And we're talking about bone density and the perimenopause and the menopause sort of stages of life. And actually jumping is really good for bone to help with our bone density, isn't it? So that is something that you can take up if you're not a jumper. Maybe take up some tennis.
Your skeleton.
Yes.
Each time you jump. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so that's great. So what advice would you give, Eva, to someone that is thinking about going into either pharmacy or thinking about doing an apprenticeship? What would you say to them?
Well, first of all, if you don't know where to start, just ask questions, be curious, be like a 9-year-old who always asks questions until you find your answer, and then just take action. Even if it means it's a small step, you just follow by other small steps, and then eventually you'll get there. I noticed with my apprenticeship, many times I had to come out of my comfort zone. And in the beginning it's scary, but you do small steps, and then your comfort zone becomes so much bigger. Then you look back and you realize, what was I so scared of? Because look where you are now. And then you just follow it through, and you commit, and you are disciplined, and you continue until and then you qualify.
I like that. I've never heard anyone say that before, but your comfort zone gets bigger. I like that visualization.
Yeah, I always see it that way.
And how long have you got left, Eva? Have you almost finished?
So I've got left, my contract expires in September, and June is my last month with intense work.
Right. Yeah, so not long, really.
Not long, yeah.
No.
Okay, Eva, quick fire time. First thing that comes to mind, one well-being habit that you swear by.
Yeah, go outdoor for a run or a walk. It's a must.
Your go-to comfort food during a long study day.
Everyone who knows me knows that I love a good homemade chicken soup and a piece of sourdough bread.
Good choice. One creative thing you'd love to be doing, big or small.
I love coloring with my son.
Thank you.
Yeah, very calming. And lastly, one thing you're proud of this year.
Yeah, always my son, but particularly this year, I'm proud that I finally, love myself, appreciate myself.
Wow, well
I
done.
love that. That is like the best thing I've heard. I absolutely love that.
Yeah, that makes such a difference, when you have to do so much and you study and you do all of these things. It's just so important. But I think for me, it was such a long journey to reach this point, personally.
Well, we're so self-critical of ourselves, aren't we?
Yeah.
And then we don't give ourselves enough credit. And we're always like, oh, I could do that better. I'm not very good at that. But yeah, to just come to when you get to an age as well, and you think, no, I'm at peace with myself now. I'm enough. Exactly. I'm brilliant.
Yeah. You got it, Kiri.
It's great. It's inspiring. And yeah, everything you've said today is inspiring, Eva, as well. Like what you do for your job, how you help people, and how hopefully you can inspire other people to do an apprenticeship or go into the healthcare industry. So thank you for all your information and such a lovely insight into what you do.
Thank you so much for having me. It was so much fun to talk to you guys.
Oh, it's been wonderful to have you here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Eva, and we'll see you soon. We've actually got a walk booked in next week, haven't we? Along the beach.
Yeah.
Let's hope the weather's nice.
Yeah, sunny.
And we'll see you soon. Thanks, Emma. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thanks for listening to Dancing Through Business. We'll see you again next time.
See you soon. Bye. The content of Dancing Through Business is intended for information and inspiration only. We are not legal, financial, medical, or other professional experts, and nothing discussed should be taken as professional advice. Always seek independent advice relevant to your own circumstances.